iPhone 7 Plus versus iPhone 8 speed test coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone 7 Plus versus the iPhone 8 speed test. Now, I've been looking through YouTube and nobody seemed to be making this comparison here, which I think is kind of unfortunate because some people got a 7 Plus. They said I had enough of that size. I want to go get that A11 with the smaller size. And if you think about it, the iPhone 7 is actually closer to the price of the iPhone 7 Plus when it launched. The 8 Plus is even more than the 7 Plus when it first launched. So let's go ahead and boot these up at the same time and see which one wins. 3, 2, and 1. Remember, A10 Fusion on the left, and we have an A11 on the right. And we also have 3 gigabytes of RAM on the iPhone 7 Plus with only 2 gigabytes of RAM on the iPhone 8. But we should see maybe the iPhone 8 will still be faster, even though it does have less RAM on the boot up. So there is the iPhone 8 ready to go, and we're still waiting on the Apple iPhone 7 Plus, and there is the 7 Plus. So you see easily a win there on the boot up test for the iPhone 8. Okay, so I'm gonna do a fingerprint scanner test now to see which one is quicker on both devices. I do like to see if Touch ID does improve over time on the iPhone. So let's go ahead and test the Touch ID. 3, 2, 1. You could see about the same. Let's do it again. 3, 2, and 1. About the same. So not really, you're not going to see too much of a difference here when it comes to fingerprint scanning speed. So don't expect a huge difference. It might be slightly faster on the iPhone 8, with future updates. But as of right now, if you are coming from a 7 Plus to an 8, don't expect to be, blown away by the speed of unlocking your phone. It's not going to be that much different at all. All right, guys, so we have arrived at the application portion test of this video. So you can see everything is closed out on both devices. I didn't load that many apps because I don't want to make this boring. Let's just get through them and then let's do the gaming and we'll do some video rendering to see which one is faster. Let's get into calendar. And you can see it was about the same there. So here we're looking at daily apps. Let's go to weather. You can see it was slightly faster on the 7 Plus. Let's go into clock. And you could see about the same, I would say. Let's go into camera. You can see that was the 7 Plus there. So you can see that the 7 Plus is still a very fast phone. And if you had one, you want to upgrade to the iPhone 8, you might want to look at other areas such as getting wireless charging, as well as, getting the 4K 60 on the recording. Because when it comes to its day-to-day speed, you can see right here, App Store, you can see the iPhone 7 Plus just won that one. You're not going to notice a big difference. As a matter of fact, you do have more RAM on your 7 Plus. Let's go to Instagram. So it's questionable if the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus were even necessary. Were these phones even necessary this year? Coming home, let's go into Twitter and see which one loads this one first. And you could see it looks like the 7 Plus beats the iPhone 8. So I don't know what's going on. These are connected to the same Wi-Fi network, so there's no discrepancies there. Let's go into YouTube and let's see what happens on YouTube for both devices. You can see YouTube loads first for the 8. Now the 8 does give you some pretty good speakers. I would say they're a little better sounding than the 7 Plus, but about the same when it comes to loudness. Coming home, let's go into Snapchat. You could see Snapchat loads first for the iPhone 7 Plus. So the iPhone 7 Plus is doing quite well here in this test. Let's go ahead and run Mario Run. And Apple designed GPU, here's a difference. This should load first because it's Apple GPU, and it did. You seen right there? Just slightly. This still had a good GPU here on the left. Let's go into tap to begin and tap to begin. Mario wants to go. Let me turn the volume down so we don't get annoyed by his talking. Let's go over here. Okay. Let's go to tour. Let's get through this stuff right here. Hit okay. Let's go ahead and get into tour here. So let's go to tour and see which one loads first. Let's go to world 1, 3, 2, 1, and start. See which one gets in there. 1 to 1, about the same. I mean, you see this difference? It's like nothing here. It's like no difference here, especially in these kind of games. So I had to do a little jump cut there because Modern Combat didn't load correctly. Let's get into Modern Combat 5, 3, 2, 1. And you could see, it looks like the Gilman security. Let's see which one can actually get to the main menu first. look how even this is. I mean, it's almost nothing. And to look at a spec sheet and see, okay, Apple did their own GPU this year versus last year's Power VR graphics, you would think, all right, I'm going to get much better gaming performance here. But the case is not really. As you can see right here, it's just loading about the same on both devices. Let's see which one can get there first. Look at this, almost identical. And this is why, again, I'm saying, you know, for gamers alike, it's not going to be a huge update. As a matter of fact, you'll go down in screen and you'll have basically the same performance. Now, one thing I do want to note is the iPhone 8 does a better job at staying cooler than the iPhone 7 Plus in gaming, and it's probably a little bit more efficient at battery life through that gaming because of the Apple GPU. But in terms of the performance itself, you're not going to see too much of a difference. Coming home, let's go into Geekbench and see which one loads first. That looked like the 7 Plus. Let's go ahead and open iMovie now in 3, 2, 1. So coming home, you could see it looked very similar across the board with this application test. Okay, so let's get into the video rendering portion now. I did a 21-second clip, 4K 60 or 4K 30. You can only do 4K 30 max on the 7 Plus to make this fair. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and render this. I'm gonna hit save to files and export the movie. So let's see if the A11 and its GPU is any quicker to export. You could see no, not really. Okay, so here's another export, 4K again at 30 FPS. We're gonna save this one to the files as well. So 3, let's go into the saving right here. Save video now. So we're gonna save this video as a large 4K file. Now let's see how this render goes. 3, 2, and 1. You can see here we're taking a look at a full export now. So the first one we were just saving to videos. Now we're looking at a full export. So will the A11 beat the A10 Fusion chip here in this export? We're gonna have to see. Looks like the A10 is kicking butt over there on the left. What is going on with the A11? I am not sure, but you can see it's about to finish there on the left. That is crazy. I cannot, maybe it's the 3 GB of RAM because that does come into play with video rendering. So boom, looks like the iPhone 7 Plus and the 8 Plus are going to be close to identical, maybe faster sometimes on one or the other, depending on what video you are rendering. So again, you know, even for video editing, there's not really a huge update here based on this test right here on the iPhone 8. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an application download. I'm going to download Pinterest on both to see which one is faster in 3, 2, 1. And let's see which one actually can download this application quicker. So let's see where it's downloading at here on both. Over there on the iPhone 8 Plus or 7 Plus, and I don't see where it's at for the iPhone 8. I actually don't even see it downloading yet. So boom, there's the iPhone 8 coming in. You could see it's now installed in just a second. So again, even the app download speed was faster on the 7 Plus. I really don't know what's going on here with the iPhone 8 in this test, but you know, I tapped it at the same time. You've seen right there, they're both connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and the 7 Plus was still faster here. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and run a Geekbench on both of them to see their raw numbers here. Let's go into CPU. Let's hit run benchmark, and we'll see what they score on both. I expect the iPhone 8 to crush the 7 Plus. In this one, I'll be back when the test is done. So the final scores are in. You can see 3513 on single, 4231 on single, and 5948, 9990 on multi. So iPhone 8 crushing the iPhone 7 Plus when it comes to Geekbench. But this test showed that in the real world, they're not that much different in speed. So if you're coming from a 7 Plus or a 7 to an 8 or an 8 Plus, you want to keep in mind that you're not coming to a huge update in speed. What you're coming to is an update for wireless charging. You're coming to a glass build, if you like a glass build, which is more fragile and much easier to crack. It's also more slippier than the Jet Black. So the Jet Black had some nice grip to it. In addition, you will be coming to 4K 60 on the video recording side and 4K 24. So unless you need those things and maybe a little bit better battery life, this actually has about the same battery life as the 7 Plus, surprisingly, in my experience, then you might not want to update just in terms of performance. But anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, enjoyable, entertaining, informing. If you did, do me a favor, click the like button for me down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more. I got many videos to come. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well. I will catch you all in the next one, and peace.